Title of this podcast is Treat Everybody Like a Friend. I had the most interesting experience today. I am at my little studio and I am doing meetings today. And so I was in a meeting with an organization that is one of the leaders in the financial industry of financial planners and creating wealth. And as I'm in the meeting, I have the outside where we have a little gym facility of the office. The doors are open, both front and back doors, to let the nice, cool air circulate through. And as in this meeting, I hear noise outside, and I'm assuming it's the handyman who came in earlier today to take an assessment of some things that I want done here in the studio. And he ran off to Home Depot and he had just returned. He knew I was in a meeting from 11 to 11:30, so that he wasn't going to start making noise until the meeting was over. But I heard some noise, so I just assumed it was him. So my meeting finishes and I walk out into the studio, and what do I see? I see two young guys who are my age working out. And so they came in and we looked face to face, and I said hi, and they said hi. We saw the door open, and so we just came in and we thought we'd get a free workout in. And our skateboards are outside, and the guys are about my height. It turns out that they're 18 years old, and they were just months away from going away from college. And my first response, or my first inclination, was to maintain an open heart, not to make them wrong for not knocking on the door to see if somebody was inside, because you could hear my voice outside. There's several people that have made deliveries when they walked into the studio, and they could hear me inside talking. And I talked a lot during this meeting. And so, but they didn't knock on the door. They just start working out. But I wanted to make sure that I maintain an open heart. And as we got deeper into conversation, I remember that everybody is a friend. And it never occurred to me to say, what are you doing using this stuff without asking for permission? Or who would dare trespass and come into somebody's business or their home? None of that occurred for me. The only thing that occurred is, of course, they can use the equipment. It doesn't belong to me anyway. It belongs to all of us, everyone. None of this is mine. And certainly when I pass on, as my friend Rick says, none of it matters, and it's all going away. So you can't take your worldly possessions with you, or what you think are your worldly possessions. And this is the first time that it was unexpected. Like, I wasn't aware that I was going to have a potential interaction in which I had to brace myself for, or to make myself go into this meeting very aware, very alert and conscious, so that you can be present, not take anything personal, and really serve the moment. This was spontaneous, real time, not knowing what I'm walking into. And my first inclination, my first impulse was to be kind and live with an open heart. So it turns out, they asked, I say, hey, well, you guys are probably 10 or 15 minutes into your workout. Do you want to finish it? And so they said, can we? And so, can we, dude? I said, yeah. So they went on, finished the workout. They came by the office and just said, hey, listen, we're finished. Thank you. Thank you. And then I said, well, you're welcome. And why don't we exchange numbers in case you want to come by for another free workout when I'm here? And what I was struck by is, during that whole time in which they were here, when I went out to encounter them or greet them or meet them, that I didn't feel violated in any way, like someone was in my home or in our business who was not invited to be there. And just for a split second, my mind was about to say one thing. And so by the back door, there is a desk. And I was charging up one of my computers at that desk, a laptop. And for just a second, which the back door was open, so they could have literally grabbed the laptop and taken it. But my mind almost said, but my computer, it didn't even get the word computer out, and the fear or threat of it being stolen out, before my consciousness was right there to say, no, we're not doing that. that would mean closing our heart, and we're not closing it. And it happened so quickly, like a split second, that the mind settled back down and I was able to be face to face with these guys. And we created a little friendship. And so they're in the back parking lot doing snowboarding tricks and trying to do a kick flip, I think it's called, out there and videotaping. And so they're just having a normal day, just enjoying life in the cooler weather here in Arizona during the summer. And what I'm grateful for is that when I walked out, nothing hit my stuff because I'm working on myself. Because I wasn't bothered and I didn't close my heart to them and respond in a negative way, I didn't hit any of their stuff, and they were able to continue on with their day and have a great afternoon out back now practicing skateboarding tricks. So I'm just really grateful for the well-being practice. And then a few minutes later, I sat down and I just kind of started thinking about, this with gratitude. And then I was also struck by that something very similar happened in our nation, last year when a young person of color was on a jog through a neighborhood and there was a house under construction. On Aubrey. And he went into the home and, it was open. He went into the home to check it out and wasn't there to take anything. It was under construction. There's nothing to take. And later that day, he was chased down and he was killed. And so I didn't make that connection back then about how I handled the situation differently than how that previous event went. I didn't do that. But what I did do was just reflect a little bit about how grateful I am that I have this well-being practice to where I'm not just saying that I want to live with an open heart. I'm not just saying that I want to treat everybody with kindness and serve the moment and be a contribution to everyone I come in contact with. I'm actually living it. And I understand that because I did well today, that tomorrow will be a new opportunity, another opportunity. And I hope I will do it then again. And what increases my chances of being able to do that, of seeing everybody as a friend, not seeing threats or enemies, but everybody as a potential neighbor, that we have this shared humanity that I want to contribute to. What increases the chances of me living that way is doing my practice every single day. So that's all I want to say is that, and I hope you're doing the same.